Hi there, friends in low places. We're at a very exciting stage to me because it's Christmas time. Yep. Well, it kind of looks like Christmas time because that's how I wrap. You know, you just kind of... There's a method to the madness, I promise you there is. The method is this. Whenever this thing's down, it blocks like 1.5 inches, however wide that thing is. You remember the thing we flattened? It blocks that. Well, you know, that doesn't do me real good. So right now, the reason why I've got that heater and our big heater going is because what I'm doing is I'm heating up this shop. That way I can not paint it, but primer it. And today, what flavor are we using? Let's just go look. I believe it's a urethane. It's the build primer. So this mixes, if you don't know, 4 to 1. 4 parts to this, 1 part of this stuff. Yeah, urethane primer. So this is a 2K build. And I have cups somewhere, I promise you. Aha, there they are. And since we're not exactly in a dust-friendly environment, you might want to use one of them fill trays whenever you're mixing this stuff up. If not, you know, to each their own. You do you, I'm gonna do me. And then we're gonna get one of these handy dandy cups because we like to party. And here they are. See those numbers there, folks? Can you see them? 2 to 1, 3 to 1, 4 to 1. That's where we want to be. Now, whenever you're filling this sucker, let me just do this. Whenever you're filling it, you have 4 parts, 8, 8. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see that. Basically, you gotta make the numbers line up. Let me see if I can make this. Does that do it? Yep, that doesn't do it. Okay, maybe a little. So let's just pretend, because this is the way it's really written. 4 to 1 is 8 right here, and the other 8's clear up here, right? Now, see how these are smaller? Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. 8, 8. That's okay. So if you're only going to fill to right here-ish, you would stop your 8 there and there. If you're going all the way, you go here to here, I believe, right? Does that sound right? Anybody know? Well, we're going to do it that way, so hopefully that's the way we go. Because you're going to use a lot less of this versus the actual urethane primer, right? I mean, it's 4 to 1. So, anyway, whoa, hello, come here, come, don't run. So we're gonna go 8 here to 8 there, I believe. 4 to 1 to 1. Not gonna lie, that kind of just threw me off. 5 to 1 to 1. Let's just see, hold on. This is 1 to 1. 1 to 1, 2 to 2. That's, I'm not gonna lie, that's a little confusing, especially if you don't know paint like yeah, me. So anyway, whenever we go to mixing this, we're gonna go to this lower 8, and then we're gonna go to this 8 up here, from there to there. I think that's correct. I hope that's correct, because yeah. Okay, we're done looking at it. That's just the way we're going to do it. I went all out and bought these really expensive wheel covers. They're known as, you know, trash bags, and they fit really well over these 16-inch tires. And this particular flavor is a Husky 33 gallon, I think it was. Oh yeah. So this is what I woke up to this morning too. Yep. Had a line bust underneath the sink. So, you know, little extra water bill. The good thing is it was only heated side of my water, so electric will join it. But anyway, the more important thing is, this is the stuff we're going to use to wipe the car down before this is surface cleaner. I believe Delmer uses Windex. I can't remember. That's why I'm using this stuff again for primer. I think he uses Windex. But we're also going to be using these terry cloths. These are real cheap terry cloths. You buy, you rip them off. You've seen them on the show before, I'm sure. And we're going to wipe down the whole car, everything. And we have remasked our windshield. We have remasked pretty much everything, except for this. I'm going to say it, all right? I'm just going to say it. I'm going to say that I don't go whenever I'm just getting the door and this. That's what I'm going to say. And I feel good about saying it. Yeah, that's right. So, we're leaving this up just because there was a few places that I got, you know, really in there. So we're just going to leave that cracked. We're not going to leave it up. You know, we're going to do our, what they call the due diligence or whatever. Then I got these out. They're on the horsies, workstation thingies. This is out because I didn't want to trip over it. So I put it in a better place where I'll trip over it. And we got the four-wheeler covered up like a homeless person. That's fine. And then we're going to spray this, which we might move over there, which we are probably going to move over there here in a minute. Because why spray over here if over there is already going to be, you know, contaminated. Alright, so I'm running the heaters that way so it superheats in here because I don't have a paint booth. My whole garage is kind of a paint booth. I could have strung some stuff up here, but you know I just didn't. I just didn't do it. This isn't long enough anyway to support everything that I want to do all the way around. So this is where I painted the Sunfire Bird. It turned out good. We're just going to do it again. I was real pleased with the way it kind of turned out. Still looks good. We're going to hit repeat on it, and we're going to hope that this car comes out just as good. I hope it comes out better. That's the goal. Get better every time. But we're going to move these over there. These are also getting wiped down, and I don't mean to brag, but got some recertifications over the holidays, and yeah, there it is. Certified. Not trying to brag, it is what it is. Don't hate me, you know. But anyway, we're gonna wipe this car down real quick. We're probably going to use way more than one rag to wipe her down. If you see your rag getting nice and grungy, get rid of it, because that's getting ready to be in your undercoating. Undercoating meaning what's down here. What's on bottom shows up on top. Remember that. Now for this 2K primer, we're going to kind of throw it on a little thick. We might do 2 or 3 coats. Why? Because that's material to work with. We're going to coat the whole car in it. The reason why we're going to coat the whole car in it, well, quite honestly, I don't trust my body work just yet. I think that I've done an excellent job. All right, guys, we've wiped the car down with the prep all. We've cut the heat, and there's just one more thing I wanted to show you before I hammer this stuff down. 1, it's hard to pour a gallon into this thing. 2, 8, and then I'm going to fill it up till it says right there on that 8. 4 to 1. All right, that's what I want to show you guys. And I'm going to use this hardener, because that's what they told me to use, because I'm not a painter. I just spray a lot. Is that? Yeah, see, huh? Okay, well, wish me luck. This thing will be gray, all right? With just a snap of your fingers. Ready? And boom. There it is. She's in primer. I'm gonna spread the word to you fellers and fellettes. This primer, the 2K urethane, I think it was urethane, right? Was it urethane? whatever I showed you in the beginning here, this stuff, urethane, yes. It will, it will start gumming up your gun, FYI, like in the middle of spraying. I don't know if that's normal, but that's what kind of happened on the Realsy. So it started like spitting stuff, and there's a few specks there. That's not a big deal. That's why we do this primer stage. This also has showed me that we have missed a few areas that I'm not really happy with. And one I kind of knew I was going to have to work a little bit better on was right here. There's just the slightest right here. Not here or here, but right here. And I knew that was going to give me trouble because this wheel well is just quarter, what have you. Honestly, the rest of it looks excellent. Excellent. I am very happy with it. So being that I only have that little piece there, I can deal with it. There was a piece. I don't know why this did this, but like, I don't know if I just didn't sand there very well. Yes, those are runs too there. I'm telling you, this stuff, yeah. I'm just gonna go ahead and act like that don't happen. So anyway, right here, I don't really, these are cracks or something. I don't understand if I didn't sand enough, but the paint didn't go in there. And I rubbed this car down like really good. So I don't really know what happened there. It will also show you body work that you didn't finish. Now, if you remember, there was a ding right here. I ran it down real thin, and apparently I didn't sand the rest of it right there. Believe me, it's there if you can't see it. It's small, but it's there. Also, it's going to show your scratch marks if you forgot to go down in your sandpaper, like from 80 grit to 220 to something smaller. But you know what? That's why we're doing this. There's a little piece right here by the windshield where I took it down pretty deep, and it shows. So just imagine how that's going to look on black paint. Yeah, that's not going to work. And there were some scratch marks, I thought. Yeah, right up here. See that? That's just where I didn't, honestly, I didn't go find enough paper. I kind of thought this stuff would be a little thicker in ways, like it'd feel like little, I thought it would feel a little bit better. I thought it would feel like the scratch sandpaper. It doesn't. So, you know, there's that. So FYI, there's that. I mean, there's a few places that need a little loving. Unfortunately, it did show me this bumper's not in perfect shape, and that's just from wear and tear and sun and stuff like that. Not a whole heck of a lot you can do unless you want to replace the rear bumper, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm not gonna do it. Because it's not horrible, you can just see, and maybe whenever we hit it with the other stuff, it'll seal it better. But there's different colors popping out. But it did on the hood too, I think, where we did, yeah. I don't know if you guys can see that on the camera or not, but see that little shade right there that's different? It has it all the way down through here. Now, with our other primer that we're going to use, it's going to coat that and seal it, aka cover that noise up, okay? So, being that I primered the whole car, we will go over it, the whole car, regardless, with some 400, 600, what have you, where it needs it. And then we got to do some not so fine tuning type spray and resand and, you know, that fun stuff, body work. So nonetheless, I am very happy with overall results, a little disappointed in some. I don't want a car that has rushed body work. That's not going to work. because you can absolutely see it. I don't know if that's still a little tacky, but yeah, I can actually feel that. So that's my fault. I really want this car done so we can move on to another project. But like I told you guys, what you do on the outside and underneath comes up on top. That's just the facts. If I paint this car, it's going to be a 20-footer. I don't want a 20-footer. I want somebody took some time and did that car the right way. That's what I want. That's what I need, and that's what I'll have. So it may take a little longer. We're going to bust butt this week and really, really, really tear into this sucker. And hopefully, I can't guarantee we'll have it painted in the month of February. My goal was actually to have it primered last week, but that didn't happen due to the weather. This week, it's going to actually be warmer. 50s, 60s, you know, to where the garage can hold the heat. I can live with that. Like right now, it feels like it's 60-ish in here. I hope that it is. I actually debated about kicking up the heat a little bit. Yeah, it's still 60s. So we're good. I was trying to keep a nice, decent temperature in here just for this. And it does kind of reignite a little spark whenever you see it all in one color, even if it's not the color you want, just because it's progress. Yes, I still have a bunch to do, but you know what? I like looking over it and saying, well, this door is excellent. The fender's good except for right here. We have to sand runouts. I got runs in primer. I had a gun crap out on me in the middle of this. It was an older Campbell housing that I used on the Sunfire Bird. I must not have cleaned it very well or something. So I ran paint thinner through it. That's another thing, guys. As soon as you get done with this type primer, immediately paint thinner outside the door, aim it toward the ground. Hopefully it's not windy, you know, to where it just like whew, everywhere. But yeah, go outside, spray your gun full of like paint thinner until you get a good patterning in. And I'm actually leaving my guns with a little bit of thinner in them, just so if there is any kind of nastiness in there, it's gonna, you know, like not be there if you know, hit it with the first spray. You are supposed to do a test pattern on this. I did not because it's primer. That's just, and I'd already used that gun previously. Nothing changed, except for apparently I didn't clean it very well. But besides that, you know, it only crapped out like as soon as I used it. So that was good. But the even more gooder thing is I had Harbinese Freight backups. That's right, plural, 2. My buddy Delmer told me, hey, you may want to get a junk gun. Junk gun, what do you mean? And I think these were like, 15 or 18 bucks. And they do what they're supposed to do. They spray. I mean, these turned out really well. There was a spot I didn't see on the spoiler, apparently right here-ish. It's okay, we can take care of it. But that's what I'm saying. Once you get it primer, and I mean, this is light. This is a light color. You can easily see what you did do right and what you should have done better on. So this to me is, this is a little bit more of, all right, crack down a little harder, do better, and let's make this sucker shine. And the next time we hit it with primer, we should be ready for paint. But we're going to have to spend a lot more time this area just with finer sandpaper. That's really all it comes down to. I went with a lot thicker grit and it bit me in the behind because I didn't step it down. I think my favorite was the 180 grit. I should have stepped her on down. Used a lot of 120 because I had a lot of big areas. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal at all. Sorry, that's something in my tooth. Ugh, like dinner or something. Anyway, so the lesson is learn from your mistakes, and if you want to make an excellent looking car, put that little extra into it. Like, you know, there's a little bit right here that needs some love. I'm just saying, there's little areas, and I'm gonna go around and circle them, and then we're gonna work on those areas. We're gonna work on, let me see, what do you think? Let me rewind. We're gonna work on those areas harder than what we're gonna work on like this here. This is perfect, perfect. We don't need to work on that. Rear bumper, it's in very good shape. The door I have runs like you would not believe. That's the first thing I sprayed. So anyway, it's like almost midnight, and I need to take a shower down here and get ready for work tomorrow. That comes in like 4 hours, 5 hours, somewhere in there. So we do have it in primer. We're going to keep going forward, and it is getting ready to get very interesting, because I'm going to bust my butt to get this thing painted either in the month of February, if the weather permits, or the month of March. So I was hoping for it this week. I was like, man, if I can hit it and that body works as good as I think it is, we're going to send it. It's not. It's not up to my standards, if you will. So I want this car perfect. If not perfect, we're going to aim small, we're going to miss small. That's what I keep saying. So if I'm telling you that, I got to practice what I preach. So I'm going to practice it, and I'm going to do it. All right? Other than that, guys, hopefully this is helping some of you guys out. It doesn't discourage you. Don't worry about it. I'm not a body guy, but you know what? This right here, I mean, a paint job anymore. Just go price one. I'm just saying, you'll think, you know what? I'm gonna go get a compressor and I'm gonna give it a whirl. I'm telling you, it's a lot of work though. It really is. So anyway, guys, I hope this helps you. If you guys got any good tips, by all means, throw them out there. I will absolutely listen. And thanks for watching. And if you don't mind, just a real quick, you know, hit the old subscribe button down there, and like or ring the bell, whatever the heck they say. I don't know. And keep on watching, guys. I appreciate every one of you. Thanks to everybody that subscribes. I appreciate you. Just so you know, this is episode 100. Technically, it's 99 because the first one I made was apartment version of Cribs. Don't let your kids watch that one. I was in a different place then. You know what I mean? But, you know, let's just keep it on. So I'm going to call it episode 100. 99. Whatever, you know. And we're going to get back on this thing. Hopefully, we'll be spraying it very, very soon. So keep watching, guys. It's only going to get better. And we'll see you next time here on Right Turn Garage TV.